The traveler opened his eyes to a sky without ground. Nothing below, nothing above. Only a staircase stretching into forever, shining like pale silver against the darkness of space. His breath echoed softly, as if the air itself had been waiting for him to wake. Each step he took gave a low hum, like a bell underwater. The stairs felt alive, carrying him higher without his permission. He tried stopping, but the steps trembled, nudging him forward with patient insistence. On the first landing, he found a door. It leaned into the silence as if listening. When he stepped closer, he heard whispers, 1,000 voices folding into one, too soft to understand, yet heavy with longing. He touched the door frame. The whispers stopped. A shiver ran down his arm, and he pulled away. He continued climbing. Another landing, another door. This one bled light through its cracks, thin, sharp beams cutting into the darkness. The glow looked warm, but the air it breathed was cold, metallic, and sharp, like a blade pulled fresh from ice. He didn't open it. He couldn't. Door after door appeared, each stranger than the last. Some rattled like cages holding something desperate. Some bent slightly, as though breathing. Some remained still, yet their silence screamed louder than whispers ever could. The traveler's chest grew tight. He felt watched, not just by the doors, but by the stars above. They shifted into shapes, eyes blinking open, gazing at him, patient, expectant. Their stare pinned him in place like a moth caught in light. He whispered into the dark, though he wasn't sure why. Maybe to comfort himself, maybe to prove he still had a voice, but no answer came. Only the endless staircase, rising, carrying him forward. The staircase moved faster now, carrying him higher. The landings came more quickly. Each held a door, and each door carried a promise. One door was made of black glass, reflecting a version of him that smiled when he did not. Another was covered in rusted chains that rattled without wind. One smelled of earth after rain, but when he touched it, the surface burned his palm like hot metal. The voices grew louder, not from a single door, but from all of them at once. Whispers spilled into the air like smoke, filling his head with fragments of words. Come in, choose, belong. He staggered forward, covering his ears, but the sound came from inside his chest. The staircase jolted, impatient. It wanted him to decide. At the next landing, he paused. The door here was plain, wooden, silent. No whispers, no light, only stillness, like a breath held too long. He reached for the knob. It pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. For a moment, the staircase stopped moving. Silence spread across the stars. Even the watching eyes froze. He hesitated. Every part of him screamed to turn back, but behind him there was nothing. No steps downward, no escape, only the void. He gripped the knob tighter. The wood was warm, alive. The staircase leaned forward, urging him closer, as if all along it had been guiding him to this choice. He took a deep breath and turned the knob. The door opened with a slow groan. Darkness spilled out, darker than the sky beyond the stairs. The air smelled of smoke and something sweet, like fruit left too long in the sun. Inside was a corridor lined with mirrors, each one stretched taller than a man, their glass rippling like water. He stepped through. The staircase vanished behind him. The door closed with a heavy thud. In the mirrors, his reflection moved, but not with him. One version smiled when he frowned. Another turned its back and walked deeper into the glass. One sat down, burying its face in its hands, shoulders shaking. Another pressed its palms against the surface, screaming, though no sound came. The traveler's skin crawled, his chest burned with fear, but the corridor stretched endlessly forward. There was no way back, only forward, surrounded by echoes of himself that weren't him. The mirrors flickered. Reflections blurred into countless faces, older, younger, broken, triumphant, monstrous. He saw himself with hollow eyes, with wings of ash, with hands dripping light. Each version reached out, their lips moving together. He leaned closer, straining to hear, and then he understood. Every reflection whispered the same word: choose. The corridor deepened, stretching into infinity. At the far end, barely visible, another door pulsed faintly with light. Its heartbeat echoed through the glass, steady, patient, unstoppable. He walked toward it, every reflection watching. Each step echoed like a drumbeat in an empty cathedral. His breath came shallow. His body trembled. Still, he moved forward, because there was no choice left, only the door, only the endless walk toward it.